myself JKH. As always, I am going to present another important topic of technical aspect of construction safety. Today my topic is rigging of mobile cranes. Please put your valuable comments, do like and share if found worthy. A crane is a piece of heavy machinery equipped with cables and pulleys to lift and lower heavy materials. Type of cranes. Cranes are generally two types, two category: mobile crane and stationary cranes. In mobile, there will be truck mounted crane, crawler crane, all-terrain crane, hydra crane, etc. In stationary, there will be tower crane, gantry crane, floating, railroad crane, EOT crane, etc. Beside this, crane are also categorized as per their capacity and uses. Parts of crane. There will be several parts like main boom, flying jib, hoist, lifting hook, driver cabin, power system, counterweight, wire ropes with drum and pulleys, safety devices like hook latch and T2 devices, anemometer, limit switches, level indicator, load movement indicator, etc. Beside this, some lifting accessories are also required like wire rope sling or wave slings, chain hooks, eye bolts, derrick, spreader beam, magnetic and vacuum devices, guide ropes, etc. There are some personnel associated with lifting activities with the crane like qualified and trained operator, trained riggers, signalman or marshaller, foreman, load planners, etc. Level of riggers are decided in three categories. Level 1, who can carry for 40 ton and above. Level 2, 10 to 40 ton. And level 3, they are authorized for less than 10 ton capacity load. There are several documents required for lifting with the crane like load chart of the crane, lifting plan, third party inspection certificate of the crane, and lifting TNPs, inspection reports, etc. Inspection report to be done uh, for inspection of or overload limit switch, overwinding devices, soil condition, outriggers extension, wire ropes and pulleys, brakes and pedals, warning devices, display panels, etc. Lifting plan to be filled with all the necessary dimension from the load charts like radius, boom angle, boom length, SWL, weight of payloads, percentage capacity, etc. Allowable percentage is generally decided by the principal employer and it may vary from 75 to 85%. Lifting plan also mention status of lifting accessories and personnel. Now I'll see how load chart is to be read. Load, the load is the material to be handled or lifted or lowered by the crane. It can be normal load, it can be critical load. Then what are the critical loads? The load which is to be lifted capacity is more than 75% of rated capacity, out of operator's view, and above 40 metric ton load, or loads to be lifted by tandem lifting or two cranes. During lifting of man basket also it is considered as critical load. Operating near some pressurized pipes or electrical power lines is also critical condition. Now here we'll check how load that's in the load here it is given a till 75 ton crane load chart. Its boom length is 50 feet and radius is approximately 19 feet and angle is 73 degree. Nearby load is 80,000 pounds. In this category, maximum capacity will be near radius at 12 feet or 3.7 meter. Angle is around 81 degree. Load is 1,65,000 pound, that is 75 ton. And for minimum capacity, see, it is radius 45 feet, angle is near 35 degree, and load is 25,900 pounds. It is nearly 12 ton. So we are seeing that radius is more, and more the radius, the less amount of load can be lifted. Then percentage capacity. How the percentage capacity is calculated? Say the client has authorized us for lifting 85% of SWL for lift. So for any load, first let us check the weight of material to be lifted. Say it is 8 ton, and weight of hook block of the crane, say it is 4 ton. See load chart now. It is a crane of 65 ton. Boom length is 28 meter and radius is 8 meters. And from this corresponding SWL, it is around 15.5 ton. So percentage load capacity will be total payload divided by SWL into 100. Here payload is weight of the load plus weight of the hook block, that is 8 plus 4, that is 12 ton. And the percentage capacity is 12 divided by 15.5 into 100, that is 77.41%. It is below 85%, so it can be lifted. Now hazards and control. More than 300 injuries approximately occur each year in India due to crane accident, and average 45 die. 11% of accident occur due to the mechanical failure. Let us see what the hazards of crane operation and how we can control them. Control to prevent the crane accident. First, electrocution or damage of crane due to overhead power lines. Maintain at least 10 feet distance between the crane and power line or nearby structure. Second, entrapping due to drop material because of using faulty slings and accessories. Use proper barricades and signage to prevent unauthorized entry. Third, toppling of or boom collapsing due to overloading because of faulty rigging, human errors. Have PTW and proper lifting plan accordingly. Fourth, the crane can be overturned or damaged due to hazardous weather. Remember, the wind speed should not cross 32 km. Control to prevent the crane accident. Prevent the topple or overturning of a crane, we need to know how much counterweight need to be positioned. Say your tower crane is here, having 30 meter boom to lift 20 ton. To counter it, we need to put some counterweight which is 10 meter away. So momentum this side equal to momentum this side. It will be WC into X this side and W into Y this side. If we put the value, we will get counterweight approximately 60 ton. For a mobile crane, it will be like this. Say it is a 50 meter boom and 60 degree angle, and this is the counterweight, which point of toppling is here. So the distance will be L cos theta, that will be around, if we put the value, it will be 25 meter. Say the load is 20 and his counterweight is position approximately 4 meter away from the point of toppling. So momentum will be 4 into WC this side, and this side it will be 25 into 20. Similarly, if we put the value, it will be 20 into 25 divided by 4, that is 125 ton. Okay. Next way, we should also know the stability test. Stability test generally considering this stability of the jibs. Say in this picture, it is having two jibs. One is main jibs and the flapping jib. The stability will be 1.25 into payload and 10% of the this Fi and F2, whatever may be. So how to calculate Fi, this force, that is momentum. In this case, it is a say the mass is affecting here, it is G20, 10 meter away, and total distance of Fi is to say boom J, and here it is G, which is n distance away from here. So total distance will be J plus n. So calculation will be mg for this, and for this it will be J plus n into g divided by total distance, that is j into k. That is the formula. Okay, and now say there is no only one jib, this jib is there, this is no hair present, so up to this much calculation will be there. So m into g will be there divided by this distance. So similarly, no load on fly is there but no load, so this distance cannot be considered in that case. So only this much distance you have to take here. So this will be the load, and load on the fly zip, so same formula will be coming. If you put the value here whatever given, that is payload, say it is 20 ton, and so you can stability test load you can calculate from here, that will be 1.25 into 20, and say whatever the factor, say it is taken from this factor, so it is 20 ton load are coming from this calculation, which is 10% of this will be approximately 2 tons, so it will be payload will be 25 plus 2, and so it will be actual payload of 20, so it load stability, for stability test you need 27 ton. So what is the percentage? 20 divided by 10, that is 75%. Okay, in this way you can calculate the stability load also. Thank you for listening, hope you enjoyed and it will be helpful for you. Even the topple or overturning of a crane, we need to